Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to, I think, the final stream on this build. This build is the Sorc Storweaver minion bow snipe build. Bit of a weird combination that. This is kind of what spun. I started this build 2 weeks ago, as you can see, and just kind of been leveling it on and off stream, and I've got to 84 now, and it's yeah, kind of interesting. We're kind of minion wise, we've got a pet tamed bird, Polly, and I've got a living lightning as well. So they're the two minion groups that I've got with this. I'm going to go through the interactions and how everything works in a bit. I want to do a map first. Just to let you know though, before we start, this build is going to be available on the my website, fragmansaul.com, where I've got all the builds. 0.3 and 0.4 are up, and it will be based on the stream. If there are any changes to it, I will make sure those changes come through onto the website. But as I say, we're trying to end the league, and I think we're going to be rolling a new or spinning a new character tomorrow, one final spin. Before the league ends. Anyway, so I've got a map on the go. I want to jump in and just run through the playstyle of this. The idea is to freeze using ice shot and then snipe. Basically, the snipe is pretty strong now. I've got a front bar, back bar setup going, which is good. We've got living lightning on orbs as well, so I'm using orbs of storm to proc my ascendency skill, which then gives me living lightning on the elemental. What is it called? It is elemental storm. We've got ice tipped arrows for more icy bits, and yeah, it's the ice tipped arrows and the snipe are kind of new. I was using empowered, but I've decided to go on for ice tipped arrows instead, because I want that initial hit on the snipe to really kind of like have the base really impactful. And when you use empowered, obviously the second hit is slightly less than. Oh, I can die because I'm talking. Yeah, so. The second hit is not as impactful. Sorry, I'm dying because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I have got double Ming's heart, so I am. Oh look, another birdie. I've got double Ming's heart, so I am very, very squishy. Mana is my life and also my attack power. So if I don't watch my mana, I will die. I've got to keep rolling on this build. I've got to keep spinning and moving around. So it's kind of yeah. If I talk and like I say, don't pay attention, I can die easily. So you got to know mechanics. You got to move around. You got to dodge. Don't get hit. We're weak. We're glass cannon, but we do a lot of freeze build up and. Yeah, it's quite a fun build actually. It's kind of like the living lightning. I've got 12 living lightnings, and then I've got Polly, the big bird. The whole idea of Polly was to generate a distraction. I kind of feel like she's I haven't really. She's more damage and less health, but you know, well, she does alright. I mean, I could give it a little bit more, maybe find a different minion to jump into, but she seems to be fine. She has this sort of like ignite effect, so we'll go through her stats as well in a bit, but she's more of a distraction. We're using the what's the jig? Alpha Howl's helmet for extra spirit. So we've got a good 242 spirit, which is quite nice. The front bar back bar setup. Oh, that's not Polly. The front bar back setup is two bows. So I've got this Orb of Storm, which I can cast And I'm not. Orbital Storms is just for crit. I'm getting the crit, so it procs out my my Elemental Storm, which then procs my Living Lightning. That's really what it is about on that. Which means that I can save my Spirit for other minion-based things like Poly, and then obviously we got Combat Frenzy and what's that? The one that does reduces elemental resistances and stuff like that. So, right, I feel like I've done enough talking now. I want to go and kill the boss, and then we're going to go for the build on this. There she goes. Polly's down again. Poor Polly. The freeze is pretty strong though. Let's get some more details up. Oh, I've also put Mark on as well. Mark is more of a boss thing. Yeah, okay. Right, here we go, boss fight. So we're going to mark on the boss. Put a couple of Orbital Storms out. So my Living Lightning proccing. Going to freeze. And then... Oh. Damn it. I didn't do my... okay. So... busy talking. I've got to get my timing on my Snipe. Come on, freeze again. There we go. What the hell? Why am I not... my timing is all over the place. My... I'm not getting my Snipe off then at all. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I know why. It's because I've got speed up. The accelerated shot, speed up from the shrine. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Absolutely knackered my timing then. So shrines, I got a shrine, increase my speed. It's basically when I snipe, I need to charge it up. And it's a timing thing, right? And when I had an increased speed, it was doing it quicker than I thought, which threw me off my timing, and I'm not concentrating. So let's try that again. So we're just, here we go. There we go, you see? Much better. And then we freeze again. And don't forget the mark as well. Right, here we go. Can we get another freeze? There we go, freeze. I really dislike the charge up abilities, I must admit. Snipe and what's that other one that I was using? Gathering Storm. They feel clunky to me. Okay. Yeah, please ignore. I'm tired and emotional. Please ignore the deaths there. Damn those bloody shrines. Throw my speed up. Damage is pretty good though. So basically, the changes I've made to the build. Let's go through gear very, very quickly. I've got a front bar, back bar. I've got a bow for basically spamming ice shot and having my minions up, which is +3 to attacks, more attack speed. Companions deal more better attack speed and just elemental damage. I've got lightning damage, extra chaos damage, extra elemental damage, and increased elemental damage on attacks. Alpha Howl, as I mentioned, for more spirit. I'm using extra Mantis for the extra attributes. This was to push strength up for the Living Lightning, but it is also allowing me to equip other things and stuff like that. My gear, I'm using Energy Shield, which is converted into mana, so that's pushing my mana up. Belt is just for resistances. The Cine Acquios, Grand Manchettes are basically, it reduces the time for freeze, so it halves it from 50% to 100%. So I only need to get 50% build up, which means I freeze more, and then I can do the snipe interaction. if I can land the snipe, like I knew I didn't on that one. Boots are speed and energy shield. Energy shield goes into mana, and then double Ming's heart amethyst ring is an absolute killer for defenses. But as mana is my defense, I can kind of get around this. Reduce maximum life and reduce global defensive, but a whopping 48% damage is extra chaos damage. And damage extra chaos damage on that, so that's massive. The reason why we're going that route is because then we're using Embitter on my support gems, which I'm using a lot of, which basically if supporter skills would gain extra damage from any type other than cold, they would get extra cold damage instead, which means they're going to benefit from the extra chaos damage on those, which is going to really push it up. So that's pretty good. Bat bar bow, what have I got on here? Just +5 to projectiles, attack speed, lightning, cold and fire. I mean, these bows I've just picked up, they're not being expensive. Double +2 to all projectiles, increased bow skill, damage with bow skills, and crit hit chance on attack. On the front one and the back bar, we've got projectile speed, more projectiles, increased damage, cold damage, and pierce and dex on the quivers. So again, cheap quivers, just chuck them in, but just trying to get damage. There is time to optimize. If I was going to optimize this build by getting better bows, better quivers, better gear, more energy shield, but more mana and that sort of stuff. But you know, I don't think we're going to get at this end of the league. As I say, we're going to change over the characters tomorrow night. So the skills, complicated setup. There's lots of synergy between this. So on the front bar, we're using Ice Shot to basically chill and freeze the enemies. The idea to freeze the enemies so we can get the benefit from Snipe. Snipe has this great interaction where if you hit a frozen enemy, it triggers off the ice part of it. So channel to charge at your bow before releasing a powerful shot. Releasing the perfect timing causes the arrow to explode on impact and consumes freeze on directly hitting. Consuming freeze enhances the explosion. And then so basically I want to use Snipe on frozen enemies. That's the key. So we want to make sure that our minions are doing damage, freeze damage. I'm doing freeze damage, we're freezing the enemies, and then I can basically slap them with the Snipe and consume the freeze, doing massive damage. And if you look at the damage on this, it's massive. Explosion is 100,000, Ice Blast 250,988 damage per set. I mean, it's just big numbers, really big numbers on this. I've got projectile acceleration, so we're going to capitalize on the projectile acceleration from the quiver. Yeah, projectile speed. I've got the Talisio's rhythm for I don't know if this is a good one to have because I'm really just getting the one shot off. We could probably get rid of that, but it's a shorter perfect time, which is kind of useful for getting that snipe off while we're doing it. We've got the window of opportunity again for perfect time window to be shortened, more damage on the release, rapid attacks, so more attack speed, and then I'm using Embitter to kind of really lay into the ice side of things. So I go from 216,000 up to, what is that, 250,000. It's not a bad increase, I suppose. So that's why this is where the snipe, this is where we need sniped, we need frozen to get the snipe, and snipe is the main kind of like damage for bosses, but Ice Shot tends to do the clearing. So Orb of Storms, this is a Stormweaver's ability. This is, sorry, not Stormweaver's ability. This is why we're doing this. We've got the Tempest Cooler, which triggers Elemental Storm and critical hits with spells. So what I'm doing is I'm using the Elemental Storm to trigger Living Lightning, which is a minion support gem, and that will benefit from Embitter. So I get the damage types and cold, but I need to generate a Lightning Storm in order to do lightning damage to then trigger the Living Lightning. So Orb of Storms without Embitter gives me this. I got compressed duration, unleash, I can do multiples off, and then I do lots of criticals on this one. So I've got pinpoint critical, more crit hit chance. I've got shock in there. I don't even need. I've got shock. Apparently, I've got shock in there. Put shock in there, and then I get exorable critical too as well. So this gives me more chance if I'm leaving it over time. The idea of drop all the storms, it drops 2 or 3 of them, and then that should give me enough to proc Elemental Storm, which will then proc my Living Lightning. So it's a bit of a chain reaction. The reason why I want elemental storm to trigger living lightning and not orbital storms, which originally I did have. It's because orbital storm was becoming very, very expensive mana. It was costing me like 500 or 600 mana a pop, which with my mana is my life, and I got 2,000 mana, which I could do with more of. Obviously I don't want to be spamming orbital storm, so what I've done is I've created a level 3 version of this, so it costs absolutely sweet FA. It costs me 53 mana now. And then that will proc a level 21 skill, which then elemental storm, which will then obviously give me higher level minions, because your minions are scale off your the level of your skill. Ideally I want that to be higher, but it's a kind of like halfway house. It's kind of like gives me the minions that are level 20 or 21 as opposed to churning through my mana. So that's minion 1. Ice Tip Towers and Freezing Marked are new to the build, but they really have ramped the damage up. I've got Embitter on the Ice Tips, as well as cooldown, heightened charges, and perpetual charges, so keep those charges up. I did try Empower, and I say between Empower and Ice Tips, it's a bit hit and miss, but the extra Ice Tips and the extra sort of ice fragments kind of blends into the freezing side of those things, into the build. The companion is the second part of the minion one, and we've got proximal tangibility and chaos resistant and burying ground and death, which, I mean, I don't know. Polly was one of the first minions that we picked up. She's been pretty good, so I've kept her. We've got Meat Shield on there, Minion Mastery, Elemental Army, and Life Leech. I want her to basically tank damage so that I don't get hit, because obviously I'm a weakling with my 2 Minx Hearts. The other thing, Combat Frenzy, obviously for generating charges. Mana Remnants, as we're a mana build, and our life is mana, we want to get mana off, so we need to do criticals on this, which I kind of like could do a little bit more crit damage somewhere. I mean, Ice Shot, maybe we want to get rid of Freeze. We've got a lot of Freeze build up. We could get rid of that and actually slap in the crit for Pinpoint, and that would actually work really well. Yeah, I mean, if we want more mana, that's the way to go about it, doing it. Where are we? Yeah, Mana Remnants, and then Overwhelming Presence. Enemies in presence have 23% reduced elemental element threshold, which means that they get a freeze up quicker. Again, I've got so much freeze, I don't think I need that, but it's in there from historical build. Right, so I think I get the whole... Can I get everything on the screen? Not quite. So I had played around on the Ascendancy with Shaper of Winter and Shaper of Storms with Shot Chance and Chill. However, what we've done is we've gone down the other route where we're using the Tempest Storm and the multiplying Squalls for the more, basically, orbs, which is my Living Lightning generator. And we've gone down for Force of Will along with Mana Duration and Constant Gale, so we get Arcane Surge. Arcane Surge increases my mana regeneration. I'm not by that the cast speed, but the mana regeneration rate is what I want, because obviously that is our life. So I've gone down those two sides of things, so it's kind of more defensive and Living Lightning and Minion Generator. Front bar, back bar setup. I've got on the front bar, I'm going down for freeze, mainly freeze stuff, as well as let's start with the freeze stuff. So basically shattering, freeze build up, climate change for freeze build up, with obviously the nose game freeze build up to that, and then inescapable cold, more freeze build up. We actually got I picked up Heavy Froster over here on the right hand side, which increases the freeze build up, hits ignore non-negative elemental resistances for frozen enemies, which is great, and Thin Ice, 20% increased freeze build up, but the big one, 50% increased damage with hits against frozen enemies, which is going to help the Snipe. So that's always on. The red ones are on the front bar only. That's for the freeze build up. On the back bar, when we're hitting with Snipe, I've gone for increased elemental damage. I've gone for the Bringer of Order, where I get 20% minion damage and also 20% normal damage too. It's like keeps to the minions theme of it. I've dropped down to Elemental Force, so increased elemental damage and +3 to all elemental resistances. Just easy win for the elemental damage on that side of things. And then Pure Chaos, extra chaos damage. Obviously that's converted with Embitter. So yeah, the front bar, back bar, front bar freezing, back bar sniping, more damage. On the defensive stuff, we've gone for remnants because we obviously are getting mana remnants, so I want to keep those going. We've got mana regeneration and mana cost efficiency, more mana remnant stuff with arcane remnants, recover 3% of max mana on collecting remnant, and max life on collecting remnant on the vigorous remnants. I've got a few no's in crit because we want crit for mana remnants, and also living lightning. The big defensive ones, as mentioned previously, Eldritch Battery to convert all energy shields to mana. Energy shield is going to get absolutely smashed by the double Ming's Heart, so having energy shield converted to mana before it's being smashed by the defensive of Ming's Heart means that my mana has gone up to 2k. I think I'll probably stack more into this. It'd be nice to have a bigger pool, to be honest, but that then is obviously supported by the mind over matter. All damage is taken from mana before life, so that I want to keep my mana up with obviously mana remnants. It's the important thing. What else have we got? Oh, Blessing of the Moon. This is a good one as well. This is on the front bar. 8% skill effect duration per enemy you frozen in the last 8 seconds, up to 40%. More freeze build up there. And I suppose without going to every single detail, that's it. So generally sticking with the cult, very culty in this, even though we are living lightning. I think that's it. You got yeah, I mean, without going specifics on the all the gems and all the support gems, this will be on the POB, guys, so don't worry about it. You can check out all of this. It's all there. It's on the website as well. It'll be written out and you can see it and go through it in your own detail without me going fully onto it. So we've done gear, we've done passive skills, and we've done gems or skill gems. So now that I've done that, should we do some maps and stuff for an hour or so, and then I will go to bed because it's 10:30 already, and it's a Sunday night. What can I say? I've been putting a roof on, or putting lentils in today, and it's been one of those days. Always enjoy your sessions with the passage trees. They're wild. I mean, how can they not be wild? I mean, you get all this lovely craziness to choose from. I mean, it's yeah, it is a bit mental. I like to go crazy on it. What can I say? Right. Let's see if I can actually do a map without dying now. And now I can concentrate on the gameplay a little bit more. I think bossing was always like the harder. Bossing's always the harder one over on the builds. Over clear. And we haven't used the Herald either, actually, which is quite interesting. I mean, the freeze build up now is really strong. I don't think you're supposed to be hitting me. Have a few orbs out. I mean, in my mind, I feel like I've got too much. If I'm honest, there are too many skills in this build to use. Well, he didn't last very long, did he? Maybe I should do like exposure on my living lightning. I don't know. Can plot the way frag cogs have been ticking on that tree. Yeah. Well, you know, I think the thing with this build, it's been about. Yeah, oh god damn it! Trying to get the minion interaction with the. Don't. Get away! I haven't got a huge amount of kills through this, so I'm reluctant to. Oh, they both got volatile parts. I think they have, haven't they? Yeah, I think trying to get the minions in as well as the snipe. It's been an interesting kind of like concept. I mean, the minions kind of feel a little bit more bonus, but I don't know. I mean, I think I like. There's a decent amount of damage over there with that. I did, and I've never got to have the rare mount. I did try that, but I think the problem is I dodge roll too much. And I kind of feel like I'll be just hopping off the mount all the time. I do not follow guides. Yeah. No way, Jose. I mean, god damn it. Yeah. I mean, my builds are mental. You get an insight into the brain. I mean, I really like though the orb of storm, cheap orb of storm going into the other one to proc out the living lightning. Because I think the problem I had with caltrops is having to be so up close. And I don't, you know, and also you have to keep on rolling. Not that we dislike the rolling, but you know, it's a little bit. It can, you know, if you're relying on rolling all the time, it's a. I don't know. It feels like you spend your time just rolling around the place. Right. I wonder how this boss is going to do. Last time I had this boss, I had a bit of a problem with him, but I'm thinking now we've got a mark on, we might be able to get him. Has he got mark? Has he got it on him? Oh, Jesus Christ. He hits hard, doesn't he? I don't like not being able to see the top of this guy. Come on.
I need more time.
Oof. Ah, don't hit me. Oh man, I need to get out of Texas. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm offline now as well. The lag. You know what? We'll look into that. I might try. Let's try and get rid. Oh, I have these slots here. I want to get rid of ice tipped and slap these on instead and see if this makes a difference on boss fights. Yeah. We need to get off Texas. Weekend Texas is not good. My God. What is that? They hit me so hard. I mean, they only have... Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Maybe it's my lightning thing. I don't know. I hate how crappy, how weak this guy is. Okay, this is it, guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Come on. Fucking pain in the ass. I'm used to playing a melee build on this guy. Oh, fuck's sake. Well, that's it. Welcome to the build, everybody. That's it. Okay, I think I nailed that one. It's a good, it's a really good build, and you should have fun playing this guy. Fuck's sake. Where am I on my resistances on that? I should be able to do that, surely. Okay, one thing will change. One thing will change. I will get freeze build up. I'm going to put crit on there instead. Where are you? Let's try that. See if I can generate a few more remnants. Right, we're going in again on that guy. I don't even know what we had on that. Let's just go white. Come on. We've got some revenge. We're going to have a repeat of last night when we were trying to kill that bloody Kingslayer. Oh. Still in Texas. I'm going straight for the boss. This is it. I haven't got time to kill you noobs. He's dead. Come on, Polly. Do something. I'll take that. That'll make up for the lack of winning anything on the last one. Yeah, I want to kill this guy. I don't like being beaten. And also because a lot of the interactions, a lot of the reason I died on that was boss mechanics. It wasn't build. It was me just getting slammed when I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should fight back. He's got a weird hitbox, this guy. Yeah, come on, come out of your thing. Am I playing too mid-ground on this. Where's the optimal place for playing as... I'm normally up right underneath his armpit. Definitely not there. Come on. Well, we seem to be doing more damage. Oh, what? Did I come out to that too soon? Fuck's sake. Boys, this is like the best build ever. Trust me. You play this and you can one-shot everything in one hit, and you can one-shot mobs, and you can kill everything. It's so good. So good. When does tomorrow happen? Well, get you creating your character. I'm over 54% and he should be frozen by now. Come on. For God's sake. Get rid of that fucking fissure. Oh my god, how big is that fissure? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm rolling away from it and it's just chasing me. It's like the worst build, boys. Come on. Come on. See, look, he's supposed to be frozen. He's supposed to be frozen. I'm up to 70% now. She's cheating. And because he's doing these bloody things, I had to wait for him to finish his interaction of dropping shit on the floor. Shit. Yeah, got away from that one this time. Nope, nope, I've done it again. Gotta wait, gotta wait. I swear, when you're under his armpit, you can just tank that. Boys, I'm not having a good night tonight. Get him, get him. Come on. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! Oh my god, fuck you! He's got no life. He's literally got no life. Right, I know what I need to do on this. Motherfucker. It's the flame ability is killing me on this. I will get him. So what I need is the equivalent of gain additional ailment threshold. I need ailment threshold. But I have no energy shield. I don't know if that interaction actually is going to be before or after. I wonder if it's before, because if it is, I could probably stick 3 defensive in there. What's your mana like with that Eldritch Battery? Let's have a look.
Yes. A step closer to legend.
933. My energy shield. Why is my energy shield so low? Oh, it's Ming's heart. Yeah, Ming's is. Yeah, this is why I've done it, right? We've got to keep it. We've got to keep it.
Knowledge and faith are not enemies.
So, I wonder if I put into ailment threshold, that would go up. Or I think it takes on just the initial energy shield. I hope. Let's have a look. Elemental ailment threshold. Ming's. I want to. It's got to be a Ming's build. This. I'm sorry. I've spent so much time building around Ming's. It's gonna stay.
A new realm of
All right. Let's have a look and see what I can sacrifice here. I need 2 points to sacrifice. I might get rid of all that lot there actually. Let me just have a look at that then. So it is doing something. It's giving me -10. But it doesn't take into the, that doesn't actually, it's the duration. It does nothing for the ailment. Okay. Right, so it does nothing. It does nothing. Where can we get ailment threshold from then? This is going to be interesting. That's a long way to go, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I have stacked a lot into the freeze at the moment, so I don't know what else I could do. Let's have a look and see if there's anything on the jewels I can give into ailment threshold. So everything is scaled. Oh look, there's 16. I don't want it to scale off my energy shield because I haven't got any. That one would work. Maybe I could do this as well. Fire. Grants immunity to ignite. Right, let's see what we've got on ailment threshold. Oh, I wonder if the energy... I think that might actually be increased my mana. That's 16%, that's 20%. I might try that one. Let's have a look in this one and see. Right, I've got this one over here. Damage with bows. Pentacold. Cold damage, crit hit chance, minion damage. Let's take that one out. See if I can get my element protection is going to up at 559. A higher elemental element makes it less likely that you're hit by elemental damage will apply relevant ailment. Is that fire? Fire was nasty. And crafting. I guess the thing to do would be to more resist, put more resist on. Maybe, I mean, I'm not stacked. What am I on at the moment? Fire is 50. If I go fire, one in fire, fire and lightning. Possibly. Fire. Lightning. Right. I have done it already. Cry. Right, we'll try that and see how that goes. Unless spirit gem wise, we could try something. Do we do time of need instead of overwhelming presence? It might be the one. We can reduce the cooldown on it as well. Cooldown, where are you? Rule number 2, don't die. Compressed duration, that's what it is. I think I've got a... I don't know if I've got a compress... I have. Rule number 2 is a good rule. It is. Yeah, I mean, the thing about a freeze is it does take a long time to build up. What are you now? 7 seconds between blessings. Ugh. Ailment threshold. I mean, do we just try and go for more mana? Jesus, there's nothing. Oh, it's rough. It's rough, it's rough, it's rough. I guess more mana regeneration, but... Oh, look. It gives me 20% increased elemental ailment. That's why I'm sniping. Oh, no. 1, 2. I wonder if I could...
A new realm of power.
Oh, it's straight down the middle. Oh, that's good. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, apply that, and then go into back bar, minion, 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 3. What did I take away from that? I think it was these, isn't it? Was it those? I think so. Yeah, okay, let's try that. That'll give me a little bit more. Ailment protection, 652. I mean, it's more. Right, I'm going in. This is it, boys. Right. Oh. Let's activate time of need. You know, might be useful. God damn it. We fixed it. Yeah, we fixed it. Huh. Who would have guessed it? A little bit of element threshold, you know. A little fine adjustment. Makes me a little bit more tanky. Interesting, actually. I don't know what a big ailment threshold number is. Like I feel like that is low. Have a look. 644. We'll just change characters here. And server while we're at it. I didn't realise how much of a difference that made. I mean, that was massive, right? Let's go on to Shelly and Bash, because he's going to have a humongous one, right? Ailment threshold. Fucking 4,226. Bloody Ming's heart, honestly. You know, I mean, but then, you know, it's a melee build. Right, here we go. I mean, nuts, isn't it, really? The difference between the two builds. I mean, it's just... Anyway, we shan't complain. I mean, we've got Polly. So, Polly's here. Right. What we can do, I can cut that really rubbish run through out of the stream, and we can go, okay, let's run another map, and you know, it's going to be fine. Let's just do a nice easy 14, see how we get going with this build. Come on, Polly. Right, Serpent Queen. Oof. Minions up. Freeze everything. We're good. Maybe like 4,000 is kind of overkill. And maybe, you know, the numbers I've got are okay. I wonder if we could put something on the interaction of frozen enemies with the living lightning. I think progress has been made. I got a feeling that ever so slight alteration to the ailments has oh, there you go, come on. Made it work. Guys, cold resistant. Just what I want. And he's dead. Go ahead to work now. Nice, dude. All right. Have a good session. I'll see you in the next one, mate, or on Discord. Catch you later, my dude. Yeah, I wonder if we get rid of freezing mark. Dare I say it? And put on ice bits, ice thingamajigs. How did I miss? Got quite a bit of health, this one, actually. Oh, then I think we've got a boss interaction on this map. Come on. No. Gotta keep that next frost up. Come on. 33. Almost there. That's a hell of a lot of. Let's say what she is 7 mil life. I'm still in two minds of whether barrage is the right one. Over ice arrow. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, have I got rid of it? I have got rid of it. Ice tipped over barrage. We should interchange. I'll have a little play with it. Definitely feeling stronger though. Right, let's have a quick look. Right then, boys. Let's try that again. I feel like I'm a little bit more tankier now, which is a good thing. Let's have a look and see which is going to be better on my freeze. Freeze build is still pretty good. It's 396. 605 though. I wonder if that is worth dropping out of that. Have a look at this. 2.7. Ooh. I might just do that and try that because I'm not using. I just hit 1, and then I release. So let's try that. Right, give me a map. Let's go. We're just doing cheaping maps to start with while we're fiddling, and then we'll make them bigger. We go. Ooh, you know what? I might actually get rid of Mark. And stick in. Let's get rid of Mark. Where are you? Mark. Freezing Mark for the time being. It's only when frozen, and I think more freeze build up. I think if we were to go into barrage instead, put ice chipped arrows there. Maybe do that. Possibly. A little bit more AoE with the ice fragments and crystals. I didn't see that. Yeah, I think it kind of feels better. I kind of feel like maybe we could go for caltrops as well. I mean, caltrops for a little bit more damage, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could apply exposure on. Well, these definitely ice fragments are helping. Yeah, this feels better. I also feel like I'm not constituting a lot more, but the mark only seems to be like for boss fight. Jesus. No, 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 no. Sharpshooter. Oh, damn it. Did I run out of mana pot then? Damn, those sharpshooters hit really bloody hard. I mean, still bloody squishy. Yeah, something's hitting me really hard there. Ooh, I wonder if actually, what have I switched over there? My arrow. Yeah, that extra freeze is making it very expensive. Oh no, it's the same cost. I could do like a reduced cost. What have we got on you? We have got cold exposure. Good. On crit. If they are critting enough. Bugger the box, let's go for the boss. Oh, it's the engineer, this could be interesting. Ah, fuck's sake. Too many deaths, boys, too many deaths. Why is Combat Frenzy keep on hopping off? I know what's going on. It's made a difference, that whipping that off. My perfect snipe is the snipe timing is off. There's a weird audio cue you get with that lineage support gem, which makes it easier to time. Or I was using it to time anyway. So what did I get rid of? Freezing mark, yeah, that's fine. I wonder if we could get leech on caltrops and use that as a physical. that might be a good way of getting a bit of more sustain. Interesting. I haven't thought of that before, actually. I might just hop onto that, actually. Caltrops. Because I got a +3 to caltrops as well. Caltrops, 18. And then leech. Because they're physical. We could do that as well, actually. That would be good. Ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking here, boys. I think I might have it. And better. So if I did this, might work. Hi Nathan, welcome dude. I'm just trying to generate a little bit of extra life, and I need to get rid of skill. I think what I'm going to get rid of is possibly time of need. And then what was my physical on this? That does mana off. Elemental, cold is 8k. We're going to slap that in as well. Sorry, mana leech from cold, 6%. That's good. So, what else do I need on here? I need to boost up Ellie, which I can do from this. Is that going to do more? A little bit. And we're going to multiply the shot as well. So we're going to make this drop more. Where are you? Multi-shots. That's good. And then I'm going to slap this one in here. All right. Better. That gives me 28. Why has that gone down? That's gone down for a reason. That's better. Right. Let's see if this works. So Caltrops is now going to give me some leech. Much needed leech. Okay, off we go. This will make me much more aggressive now. Yeah, this is feeling better. That feels so much better. So much better. Okay.
I have no space for that.
What to do? All right. So at the beginning of the build, at the beginning of the stream, I did a build video. I kind of feel like I need to do it again because I made some changes that were quite instrumental to the build. Like, I wonder if we got, what is our crit on this? Crit, only 8.5. Okay. Time to stay at the boss from last night. Ah, that pain in the arse of a boss. Let's do, tell you what I'll do. I'm going to do a couple more maps just to get a feel for it, and then I'm going to redo the build video. And yeah, see if that makes or has made a difference. And then I'm gonna go to bed because it's a Sunday night, and I have been building today. My tea is cold. Great. Right. Okay. I think I'm ready. Let's do a map. We're doing 14s at the moment, just while we're testing stuff out. I don't want to go too crazy on this. I am a glass cannon after all, and I can die very, very quickly. So let's do this one. What's this hive? And see how we get going. That boss from last night was an absolute, I mean, she's a nightmare. Kingmaker. Or the Kingslayer.
A treacherous hive.
Oh, that's fun. Whoa, straight into it. That's bloody shroud water. Dead. Nice. Oh, crikey. That was hitting hard. A nice little bit of delirium to test things out. Seems to be, have we finished? Yeah, we finished. Alright, okay, good. Nice little living lightning interactions all up and running. We're getting frozen everywhere. We've not died. We've got ice tipped arrows. We've got some barrage going off. We've got a good screen clear on. Hopefully we're going to get a good boss clearing going as well. I'm going to leave that. I want to go straight to the boss. Oh, we can do this one. Why not? Oh, crikey. Seem to have got a few friends over here. Let's get rid of these lot. Right, let's bring this guy out. Nice. Easy. This is not working well. Alright, straight to the boss. What do we do? Okay, I've just killed this guy. We're going to kill him again. Oh, fuck's sake. Got killed in the barrage. Made some adjustments to my build as well. I'm making my way to double digit maps. Nice, dude. That's good. Double digits the way forward. Next time I will not read when this guy is knocking out the barrages on me. It's a pain in the ass, this guy. Get over here, come on. Yeah, I'm not falling for that again. God, he seems to be fast, this guy. Oh, fuck's sake, come on. How does he I freeze him just before he does his barrage and then I double snipe? It's a painful, oh dude, it's a painful way to play, man. Double mings. Gotta make it happen though, right? Oh. Ouch, ouch. Gotta. Oh. Dude, this is a yeah, this build is I don't think it's like, it's not a safe build to play. It kind of works. You got to know the mechanics of the boss fights that you're doing. You got to move around a hell of a lot, but I think the damage is kind of there. It's kind of there. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm fairly happy with the changes I've made. I'm going to run a quick build description on it very quickly. and I'm gonna call it like a video, and then we're gonna cut it up and do this as the build video, because it's yeah, I kind of feel like we're ready for it. So Nathan, excuse me for sounding like a YouTube video, but I think I'll do this, and then what we can do is roll a new character tomorrow and start again. So you're stuck in getting more damage. Weapons and jewels. Jewels are a good source of damage. Attack damage, physical damage, global physical damage, cold damage, lightning damage, elemental damage. Those are the ones that you want on your jewels. So damage is probably not the right one for it, actually. So this sort of stuff. Spear damage. You're here for it all. Nice. There you are. Something like that. Projectile damage, cold damage, whatever. Okay. Do I start being in a stream? Yeah. So, hi guys. Welcome to tonight's build. We're going to be looking at this Sorc stroke Stormweaver minion bow build, snipe build that was spun 2 weeks ago, and it has been an interesting journey so far. So we started this 2 weeks ago, and as I say, what was spun was a Stormweaver with the condition that it was a minion build and also using a bow and sniper, and they're not the best synergy. Minions and bows and snipes isn't the best synergy, and Stormweaver is kind of a bit of a mishmash, but I kind of feel like I made it work. This build will be up on the website. You can check out all the builds here. If you just click on the Path of Exile 2 builds, you've got the 0.4, 0.3 builds. By all means, check those out, and this one will be up under the 0.4 builds. Got quite a few builds this season. I'll be doing one more before it ends, so that'll be starting tomorrow night, which is why we're doing this build tonight. So just to go through the gameplay style of this, the idea is to freeze on the front bar using minions, and then snipe on the back bar to then optimize on that freezing damage that we've got and blast them. So I will show you a quick run of the build. We've got a 14 map on this. I don't want to go too heavy on this, and hopefully we're going to get a favourable boss fight. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it has been working quite well. Defenses, I am double Ming's Heart on this build, which is basically I've got 0 defense, which makes it very risque. But it is we are doing crowd control, so the crowd control oh god, these guys are hitting hard. The crowd control does allow me to, with the freeze, allows me to freeze stuff, which is obviously good. I've got minions coming out from the Orb of Storms, which actually interacts nicely with the Ascendency skill, the Elemental Storm, which from that I'm able to then proc the Living Lightning. So I've got a very cheap low-level Orb of Storms, level 3, and that low-level Orb of Storms then actually cast a level 20 Living Lightning. So which is good. So it's a cheap way of getting a higher skilled or a higher level Living Lightning, which is kind of like the reason for it. I was having a bit of mana issues. And mana issues, I've got Eldritch Battery and Mind Over Matter, so mana is now my life pool as well as my resource for casting skills, so I need to be careful about my mana over anything else, and then my life reserve is basically a backup option just in case I die. What I discovered at the beginning of the stream that I'm on at the moment is that my elemental resistances low, but also the element threshold that I have is low. And normally that is something that scales off energy shield. Now, because I have no energy shields, as you can see, because it's all into mana, my elemental ailment threshold gets absolutely nailed because the ailment threshold is something that scales with energy shield. So yeah, I need to find a way to kind of increase that. What I've done, I've used caltrops as a means to get back. Oh. Is that guy frozen in the air? Hilarious. Oh, he's over there. What the hell? I know. So I got a rare, and I've got a lost exile.
I will squish you like a bug.
Come on. Oh, he's dead. Oh, good. Yeah, so I'm using caltrops as a way to get back mana as well as mana remnants. So basically, mana remnants are coming from the crit and elemental status, which is another form of getting in my life, and actually are putting my mana over my base mana. Take that of 1912, so it's going higher up. So mana remnants is pretty busted and very, very good, keeping me up. But I do need to make sure that I am a critting, which my little orbs do. So my cheap orbs are a crit based thing. They allow me to generate these storms. There we go. Let's go up here. I'm not even using my eye-tipped arrows. Eye-tipped arrows and barrage, I've definitely not been using those recently. I need to. The eye-tipped arrows are really, really strong. I'll take those gem cutters. Obviously, I've got Polly. Polly's been around for a while. She's a good bird. Oh, look at that! We leveled up. Nice. Right, here we go. Boss fight. Great. Hyena Lord shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. He says. When she says that mana, it scares the crap out of me because it basically means I'm going to die. Which I don't like. Come on, baby. Let's get a good boss fight. Oh, so good. Look at that. Absolutely nailed it. And we're talking throughout all the conversation as well, throughout the video as well. Oh, it's going to be a good build, this, boys. The double Ming Sorc. Right, we good? And relax. Okay, so the build. I'm going to take away Polly. Just going to turn Polly off because she makes noises. I mean, you know, she can noise you. So the Vulture, she's my meat shield. She's +1 to minion support elemental, and then she's got life leech on herself. So she's there to act as a bit of a tanky creature to kind of get in the way between me and mobs. Obviously, I am a double Ming's Heart build, so I am no defenses, as I mentioned before. Everything is stacked into mana. So yeah, that's minion part 1. Minion part 2 is on the elemental storm. I've got living lightning, and elemental storm will proc when I crit with the spell. So what I've got is orbs of storm, high crit on Orbs of Storm, and that will then proc a level 20 elemental storm. Now the level 3 is really cheap, which is great, so I'm using this as like a cheap catalyst to then start off with the elemental storms. I've got Dahlia's Desire for an extra +1 to support gems because this Living Lightning will get boosted up by that support gem. Embitter because I know this is going to be procced from a lightning skill, so it'll be a lightning storm, and then I can convert the Embitter part of this onto Living Lightning. So Living Lightning is now going to benefit from all the extra chaos damage and all the extra other damage that I do that isn't cold damage, which is good. And then I got cold exposure, so Living Lightning is going to go around and do cold exposure. Yeah, the snipe is pretty nice. So front bar is minions freezing using ice shot, which ice shot is it's a really good skill, and I think it's a bit meta actually, a bit too meta for my liking, but you know, we've got to make stuff work. So I need to freeze. The reason I need to freeze is because Snipe has this interaction on when we do freeze. Let's go back bar because it's a back bar one. We hit on the Snipe about 250,000 damage per second on the ice blast if I do the charged up and then land the shot, which is huge. That's the big damage that we saw at the end of that boss fight. So the idea is to freeze up on the front bar, switch to the back bar, and use a high damage bow to pull off that damage. Now, this bow is by no means optimized. I've got fire and I've got lightning damage on here. All I need is cold, high damage, high projectile skills, and all that sort of stuff. So there's plenty of stuff to kind of like improve in terms of the gear that I've got to make this work. I've just found this cheap on the trade site or on the trading post. So that's kind of where I want to go with it. So front bar is minions. My ice shot's got embitter on it. It's got freeze for more freeze build up. It's got elemental armaments for more elemental damage. It's got ice bite, so when I do freeze them, I do 30% damage is cold damage for 6 seconds afterwards, because as soon as I freeze them with the ice shot, I'm going straight into Snipe. So Snipe gets that extra 30% damage. And I've gone pinpoint critical as well, so that I'm getting mana remnants, because I need mana remnants. Mana is my life, as I mentioned during the video on the gameplay. Since the last stream that I've did on this build, I've added ice tipped arrows for more ice fragments going around, buffing up my my general, I guess the general shots to the ice shot and Snipe. That seems to be working really rather nicely, and I put in barrage as well, so when I do get Snipe up, I can use barrage to get, you know, more hits off with that. So those two buffs I am rotating in. I dislike having to rotate stuff in too much, but you know, hey ho, is what it is. I could do with just putting in perpetual charge, heightened charge, and cooldown recovery into barrage, but I was interchanging between these two. I was switching them out, so that's something that I can improve on this build by basically adding those three supports into barrage. We've got the my vulture Polly, who's joining in for the fun. Combat frenzy, obviously, so then we can use barrage and also use ice tipped arrows. Both these ice tip arrows were the skill's cooldown can be bypassed by expending frenzy charges, so I can keep that uptime up on the ice tipped arrows, and the barrage obviously adds more attacks per frenzy charge I have. So I've got combat frenzy on there with charge profusion 2 and clarity 1. Mana remnants, this is my lifeblood, this is what's keeping me alive, so along with trail or caltrops, so I've just added. So the mana remnants, I need to kill which ones enemies are affected by elemental ailments, which there will be, they'll be chilled at least, but also critically hitting a target with elemental ailments will also span remnants, so I want to make sure that I am critting on hits. Caltrops is another form of life regeneration, which I just thought of. Initially I was putting Living Lightning in here, but it works really well with the Orb of Store rotation, so I'm leaving that out. Caltrops is now using Ocean's Oath for mana leech from support skills recovery based on elemental damage type. So I'm using Embitter on this to convert a load of damage from this into cold damage, and then I'm leeching that cold damage using the Ocean's Oath. I've got life leech in there just because I've got a little bit of physical damage. I thought, well, you know, I've got a little bit of life, so just in case. And then multi-shot to increase the numbers of caltrops knocking around, so I can then get those leech back, so that kind of works. So they kind of like my defensive mechanism on this. So yeah, that's kind of like the skill lot, the skill trees. There's variations that I was using as well as overwhelming presence, which increases the freeze threshold, which is nice, but it is determined by a radius, which is actually really quite big now. I don't know why it's so bloody big. That's huge. Yeah, so overwhelming, because it's level, isn't it? Yeah, that presence is pretty big. So overwhelming presence could work really well if you want to get a bit more freeze build up. But I've gone for the more defense on the caltrops. Time and Neem was another one I was doing while discovering my elemental ailment threshold was quite weak. Something that I've been working on to try and get up. Just on the stats while we're here before we go into gear and passive tree. Life is 927, mana is 1916. That is not a massive pool to go by. Spirit is 242, armor's 3, evasion 3, block is 0. I mean, Ming's Heart is slamming me hard. If I take off both the Ming's Hearts, my life does go to 1466. Armor's 8 and evasion 7. I mean, you know, an energy shield. I don't get energy shield because obviously my passive's in the passive tree. So yeah, but both those in, I do a lot more damage. And then yeah, my resistances are slightly better than they were. Fire 72, cold 75, lightning 56, chaos 48. So they're okay. Could be better. What else things do we need in here? Element threshold. That is a really good stat to try and stack out if we can. It's, you know, if you can get that up higher, better. Good. Right, so on to passive tree. Let's just do gear first of all. So as I say, I've got a front bar, back bar set up. On the front bar, I've got this very nice bow, which I've had since level 65, and it's still lasting me up to level 85 at the moment. So 20 levels. This is a good all-rounder. It's got 4 sockets, which I managed to val in the 4th socket on this, which is pretty good. I bought it as a 3rd for like 5 divine or something like that. I've got extra chaos damage, I've got extra elemental damage on this. I've got 160 lightning damage, and then increased elemental damage in my sockets. +3 to all attacks, increased attack speed. And my companions get increased attack speed as well, so Polly gets a bit more of a boost on that. Alpha House for the 100 spirit, so we can get Polly activated, and obviously have those extra spirit gems in there. Astral Mantis, because I love the fact that I can spec into anything with this, which is really, really good. And Living Lightning scales with damage, scales with strength, and attack speed scales with dex. So having lots of high attributes works nicely with Living Lightning, which is the initial reason why I stuck it in. Obviously, Ming's Heart, double Ming's Heart is brutal on defense as mentioned, but we gain 48% of damage as extra chaos damage on one ring, and I've got 45% of damage as extra chaos damage on the other ring. So that's a good over 90% extra damage. It's a huge damage boost. I'll just show you what sort of damage we're talking about. So just a standard I shot 23k, taking those off, it goes down to 13k. So it's massive. On Snipe, the Ice Blast goes from 132,000 up to 245,000. So it's huge increase, massive increase, and the Embit is really going to help on that, to converting that into cold. If I take off Embitter here, you can see like the cold damage is 86k, and that it goes up to 245k. Massive, which is good, because if you hone your damage down from the elements down to cold, then we just need to work on cold penetration, and obviously we get the freeze back under that, which then pushes into Snipe. So it all kind of synergizes quite well. So where else are we? Yeah, so interestingly, the gloves, I've rotated between quite a lot of gloves. This is the one that I've ended up on. This is great for bossing. The immobilize at 50% build up instead of 100% build up is huge. This is where we get, instead of having to build up freeze up to 100, we build it up to 50. And you know, some boss fights, once you've frozen the target, they get a bit of immunity to freeze for a few seconds, which, you know, obviously for obvious reasons, you just can't keep free stunning them. Obviously when that drops, then you're able to just get up to 50% as opposed to 100%, which is it feels like it works better than going for more freeze, or painters I use for more extra damage, or I use the ones where you get 250% crit damage plus crit chance. This seems to work, and in this I've got increased magnitude of damaging elements you inflict, so obviously more freeze, you know, so that's works quite nicely. Body armor and boots are just energy shield based movement speed obviously for the gloves, for the boots, sorry, and then belt is just resistances. It's the just resistances. That's why I stacked in there. I could go for strength as well, actually would be quite nice. Charms, I've gone for the immunity to freeze, fire resist, and immunity to fire, ignite. Ignite was causing me a bit of a problem, but I guess spec into that as you will. And then pots, I'm due a pot upgrade no doubt, but I've got charges gained per second on both of them, and instant applied a recovery on the mana. So that's gear. Oh, also quivers. So quivers, damage with bow skills, projectile skills, and crit hit for a chance for attack. Could do with some cold on this bow, on this quiver. And on the back one, bow skills, projectile speed. Projectile speed scales with the projectile acceleration 3. So increases and reductions in projectile speed also apply to projectile damage with supported skills. So you want to have a decent amount of projectile speed, which is what we've got with the quiver on the snipe. Again, plenty of space to optimize. These are just cheap, you know, a couple of div, nothing massive. Right, the passive tree. You ready for this? This is the this is my brain. So Ascendency, let's start with this. Instead of going down the middle and working on Shaper of Storms and Shaper of Winter, I've gone down the outside. We've gone to Tempest Caller for the Elemental Storms. Obviously, we talked about this for getting the Living Lightning up. The Multiplying Schools to the limit of the elemental skills pushes up all the storms, and also pushes up the number of elemental storms we can have, which is great because it's more Living Lightning essentially. Then instead of going, we could go the Remnants route, which is quite nice. Storms Recollection would be good as well, because Remnants you create reappear once 3 seconds after being collected. That would be really great for mana recovery. However, I've gone down the Constant Gale for Arcane Surge. I'm not bothered about cast speed too much. But 20% more mana regeneration rate is nice, having that Arcane Surge up. And Force of Will, so 20% of damage is taken from mana for life, which we already do that. It's already been taken from mana. But 20% of increased effects of Arcane Surge, and you per 10% missing a mana, which is great. So we get more mana recovery as we lose mana, which is kind of our life pool. So that's why I went into there. So we've got a defensive, and then we've got a minion builder on that. The front bar, back bar setup I've got on this, on the front bar, we're freezing. So I've gone for the standard route. Let's just do standard route first. So standard route, going up, we've got the Vigorous Remnants and the Arcane Remnants for mana and life on kill. A little bit of penetration on the cold with Breath of Ice. More Remnants on Empowering Remnants. Chance for them to be spawned twice. Straight up the middle, and we're taking quite a lot of this Glaciation, Endless Blizzard, and Chill to the Bone. These are kind of like our core cold skills. Moving to the right, we're picking up Eldritch Battery, obviously, to convert all energy shields to mana, which means we don't have any energy shield, but that's increased my mana pool by quite a bit. And we picked up some crit as well. So there's a couple of nodes, clusters for crit. We've got crit hit chance for spells there, and reduces crit hit chance against you, which is quite nice. And down here we've got another one, Crit Exploit, because obviously we want to do crit for mana remnants as well as getting those elemental storms up. And then further down I picked up Heavy Frost, so increased freeze build up. Hits ignore non-negative elemental resistances for frozen enemies, which is good. So more damage on that we hit the snipe, and then thin ice as well. So 50% increased damage with hits against frozen enemies. That's huge for snipe. You know, if they're frozen, we get the snipe off. That's going to add an extra 50% to the 250k already. I mean, that's huge. It's also efficient cast seed at the start as well, because with mana efficiency, that's more important, staying alive. And then over on the left, before we go into the front bar back bar setup, we've got Storm Charge, so 40% increased damage if you dealt critical hit recently, which we should have, so more elemental damage on that. I've gone for Silent Guardian on the minion one, where you get 10% increased damage, 10% increased minion damage. This is increasing my elemental ailment threshold. We talked about how important that is for, you know, staying alive against fire, ignite, and you know, shock and lightning, all that sort of stuff, elemental damage. And the other one I have always on is Expendable Army, so I'm turning my Living Lightning from 8 into 10. And with the Orb of Storms, if you wanted to go more, you could go +1 to the orb limit, and we get +2 there as well. So we do get, I think we get 12, is it, Living Lightning? At the moment, you could go for 13 by Secret of the Orb. So front bar is red, which is increased freeze build up. We got 25% of cold damage, extra fire damage against frozen enemies, which won't go into snipe because this is the front bar setup only. We've got shattering, so increased freeze build up, chill duration on enemies, and magnitude of chill effects on you. Up here we've got increased field in escapable cold, 40% increased freeze build up, and increased freeze duration. The other one to increase duration is here. We've got Blessing of the Moon, so 8% increased skill effect duration per enemy frozen in the last 8 seconds. This is good for like mapping, I suppose. We've got a bit of freeze build up there. On the front bar also, I've got this minion increased damage, because I kind of feel like when I'm sniping, it's for a short period of time. My minion's going to be up mostly when I'm going around clearing with the ice shot. So I've kind of kept that little slither there for minions. And where else we got reds? I think that's kind of it for the front bar. Back bar, we've gone for, now back bar, remember, is sniping, so we want to have more elemental damage as possible and penetration. So I've gone for this sort of elemental damage for the snipe, because obviously everything's going to be on that cold hit. We have obviously got the cold stuff on already from the when everything's on front bar or back bar. All natural for 30% increased elemental damage. And then I've also added Bringer of Order. Now this is just 20% increased damage. The minion damage is great, but I've gone into these to on the back bar because of the extra 10%, 20%, 10%. So there's a 40% damage there. Elemental penetration as well for cold pen, because obviously we're doing a lot of cold penetration with this. And then there's some more over. Where's the other green ones? Oh yeah, this is the other one. We've gone for pure chaos, so gain 11% of damage as extra chaos damage. This would be nice from front bar as well, because I'm using Embitter on most things. But just I had some spares, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go over here. So we've got pure chaos, so that is a very heavy hitting snipe, and that is the passive tree. Everything on this, if you missed anything or I've not covered everything, is going to be covered on the website at fragmansaul.com. There is a path of building on there on each of the builds, so if you go onto your build that you want to have a look at, you got a bit of a write-up on it. A bit of a write-up on it. There is the POB there, so you can see the path on the passives and my gear that I've got on for the build, and then there's the kind of write down play style and everything like that. So hopefully what I've just been through is repeating itself on the website. If you missed anything, if you can't find anything, come on the Discord, it's linked in down below, and I will go through anything that I need to, if you're missing anything out on that. Oh, jewels as well. Only got 3 jewels on this. Cold damage, crit chance, minion damage. Are kind of like the initials I've gone for. And then I've gone for +3 on the caltrop because I was using caltrops initially for Living Lightning, but I kind of using that for the leech now. So that's been quite a good little bit of a defensive mechanism in there. And I think that is the build with Polly. There she is. So it's been a fun build. This I've kind of enjoyed it. It's been very tricky to get the balance right, but I kind of feel like having the front bar back bar set up has worked really well, and hopefully if I decide to take this build a bit further before the end of the league, which I'm not sure I will do because I've got plenty of builds to jump back onto, it's basically fine-tuning the damage and the bows, quivers, gear, more mana, etc., and just trying to like sharpen up the defensive measures on this and get a bit more damage out, which is great. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. Let me know what other direction you've gone into it. It's been a bit of a, well, it's a hybrid build, isn't it? It's pretty much like they all are, but it's been fun. And on that note, I'm going to go to bed. I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good evening. Good night. Bye. Thanks. And Nathan, if you're still here, I'm going to go to bed because it's 12:15. I want to get a good night's sleep. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.